What is going on, Yeoushites or Yeouchians or whatever you would like to be called? My name is ghstR3CON2 and I'm happy to bring you my first video here on Yeousch Recruits. It is extreme honor that I've been able to get the chance to upload here, as I've been a part of this community for about 3 months now, and I've enjoyed every single second as I've browsed through the forums and looked through all the great videos that this community has to offer. Seriously, the forums are filled with a bunch of interesting threads and a lot of cool people. If you guys haven't been to Yeousch.com and been to the forums, then I strongly recommend you do that, and subscribe to all the Yeousch channels that you like to. So, on to today's video, I'm going to bring you a series called Battlefield 3 Common Sense, where I talk about common ideas or topics, whatever you'd like to call them, and I discuss them because all Battlefield 3 players should know the things that I talk about. And it seems like most of them have no idea about any of these, or they just don't care. And if you actually follow these simple steps and do these simple things, you can actually greatly increase your own game on the battlefield, and you can even help your team win. I mean, what is this? Teamwork? What is that? In today's topic, we're going to be talking about which MCOM? I don't even know what the hell I just said. MCOM, as an MCOM station on Rush, which MCOM station do you attack first? And if you wanted to put that into simplistic answer, you would say that you attack the hardest one first. But if you want to go into detail on that, let's start off with how do you determine which one is harder? I mean, if you look here at Sane Crossing, you can obviously tell that the B MCOM on the first base is a lot harder than the other ones, because look at all that space that the defenders can camp on, and look how many areas that the attackers have to go through to actually get to the area where the MCOM is. They only have 3 passageways to get through, and look at all the space that the defenders can watch them from. They can watch from this garage, they can watch her from this spot, they can watch her from this spot, they can even sit in here. They can put claymores all around, and it's amazing how many different spots they can watch it. And that's pretty much how you determine which MCOM is the hardest on a particular base. I mean, even this spot right here where they're sitting up on the container looking at each door, I mean, it's amazing how many spots they can actually watch you from. And as we come back here to Operation Metro, which is one of the maps that has a lot of difficult MCOMs, as that body goes flying. Look at it fly through the air. Woohoo! And then my dollar store paddles don't work and I can't revive them. So, Operation Metro. I'm pretty sure every single Battlefield 3 player has played Operation Metro Rush. I mean, if you haven't played it, then you're obviously not a true Battlefield fan. Well, not a Battlefield fan, because, I mean, you don't have to be a true Battlefield fan just to play one map. I mean, but this is like that map on Battlefield 3 that everybody knows of. Even if you haven't played the game, then you know about it. And then look right here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. What was that? A triple kill or quad kill? I mean, I told my buddy that I was playing with their HT Hidden Talents is his name. I told him, man, I was like, watch, there's going to be somebody laying at the end of this tunnel with C4 or something. And guess what? There was. So, instead of going that way, I went this way. But that's not really important. I guess you could say it's not important. I don't know why it wouldn't be important. What I say is very important, and disregard that, that's not important. So as we're moving up and I'm smoking the place, well, then again, don't smoke, because smoking is extremely bad for you. You should never smoke unless you want to smoke, and then I can't stop you. Anyway, as we're moving up to the second base, the hardest MCOM here on Operation Metro would definitely be the A crate, and I have no idea how that guy didn't get me, as I was laying prone after being revived, as Wally leads the way into battle. Oh my goodness, look at Wally. Look at him charge the battle. Look at him, fearless competitor on the battlefield. So as you approach this second base here on Operation Metro, the A crate, which is directly right in front of where my reticle was, and look at these dollar store paddles not working again. If I could have actually revived him, maybe I could have killed that guy and saved my teammate. I don't know. And what is Wally doing again? Get out of the way, Wally. Come on. So, the A MCOM. Yes, it's the hardest one. And a lot of people can say that the B MCOM is hard. And I mean, they're both pretty hard, as Operation Metro like I've said before, is filled with extremely hard MCOMs to attack. But it's just in this little room where there's only 2 entrances for the attackers to get into, and then the defenders usually put 1 person in each corner and in the bathroom stalls and maybe somebody on the outside to try and prevent them from actually getting in. But somehow my clanmate here, Domino, snuck through and armed it, and I came in to back him up and I revived him. But it was odd that the defending team didn't even stack their team in here like they usually do. It seemed like they were more worried about B, and we already have B armed, and that would eventually get taken after they defused it, of course. I mean, because you can never get anything right, apparently. So, as we move on here, after it's armed once again, we're moving on to the B crate on the 3rd set of MCOMs here on Operation Metro, because I strongly believe that this one is definitely the hardest one to attack out of the entire map, and maybe even the game. I mean, because once we get up the hallway here, after this guy is done mowing people down from down the hallway, you can see that there's really only 2 entrances to go into B, and in order to get to those entrances, you only have 2 other entrances to actually, well, 3 entrances to pick from, and that would require coming up these back stairs or going through the locker rooms, and the locker rooms are usually crowded with people and being watched from the end here, as you can see, or there's always somebody in the ticket booth as I mow that guy trying to cut glass with his knife. And then there was a sniper looking at me, so I figured I would give him a hellacious day by keep missing past his head, and he would keep shining the laser pointer in my face until I would finally kill him. Anyway, the B MCOM. It's amazing. So you look at here, those are the only 2 ways to get in there, and most people have it covered either from here, which is the ticket booth, or from, oh my goodness, look at this C4 trap. The same guy who did it back in the tunnels, he did it again, struck again. I should have been aware, but I wasn't. I wasn't paying attention. Should have known. Anyway, as we move up here, me and HT and Domino, well, not Domino because his mic wasn't even on because he forgot to charge it. I mean, what a dummy. I mean, I love you, Dom. But anyway, as we were moving up here to the last base, me and HT were actually discussing which one is harder to get, and we determined that A was actually the harder one, but we decided to try a little trick here and arm B first and just get it out of the way so our entire team could actually focus on A. And most of the time, the reason you want to attack the hardest one first is because most of their team is already going to be camping on that particular MCOM station, so you just want to get all your forces and go in there, wipe them out, and then focus on the easy one. But sometimes, like here on Operation Metro and on other maps as like Scene Crossing, as I jump down and kill myself by breaking my ankles, GG dice. But sometimes when you attack the easier MCOM first, sometimes it actually opens up a flank route, which can be really helpful to your team, because the harder MCOMs usually have a limited number of ways to get into. So if you actually open up a flank route and you can get around them, then it really helps your team. And when you really help your team, you're doing teamwork, and when you're doing teamwork, your team is winning because you're working with your team. But sometimes flanking can actually put your team at a disadvantage by taking men away from the full-on charge against the harder one. So pretty much you have to learn from experience when to do it and when not to do it. And it also really depends on your team and their skill level. I mean, if you're carrying your team, then flanking probably isn't the best idea. But if you actually have a team that can communicate and you can actually tell them where to go and you can tell them where you're going and what the plan is, then it can be an extremely successful operation to flank. And as we come up here to the final home stretch of the video, the final conclusions are to 90% attack the hardest MCOM first. And again, it all depends on your skill, on your team's skill level, and on how much communication you're actually using with your team. But most of the time, it's extremely beneficial just to get the hardest one out of the way, and then focus on the easier one. And then here, as I rush into the AMCOM here on the last base, it'll show you one more example of just how a team can stack on the hardest one. I mean, if you look at the kill feed, you can see how many kills Hidden Talons just got, and then you can see how many kills I just got just trying to get in there. I mean, we had to clear them out so much. And when you eventually clear all the enemies out of the hardest MCOM, and you actually get it armed and you set up a perimeter defense with your attacking team, it actually makes it a lot harder for them to get in and disarm it, because you have all your forces already in there while they're trying to regroup and actually rush in there. So, that'll pretty much do it for me today. If you guys enjoyed the video, put toilet paper, as much toilet paper as you can, all over that like button to weigh it down so you can actually press it. And then come to my channel if you want some more Battlefield 3 content. And don't forget to go to Yeousch.com and subscribe here to Yeousch Recruits and all the other Yeousch channels, because they put out some amazing, amazing content, whether it be Battlefield or GTA or Minecraft or Call of Duty, whatever you'd like, they have it. So subscribe here, subscribe everywhere, all around the world. I don't know why, because you guys probably don't want to subscribe to a Chinese commentator. Anyway, that's it for me, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you later.